Have you ever thought that you would love to have an online business? You'd love to help people. You'd love to travel the world, but who the heck is going to pay for what you know? I mean, can't they just Google it? Can't they just ask a friend? Heck, can't they just ask you for free and you'll just help them? I've been there. I used to have those thoughts that were holding me back. I assumed that what I knew, well, heck, everybody knew how to do it. And guess what? Common sense is just not that common. In fact, the only common thing about it is that when you're an expert, it just seems normal to you. So think about something that you're not an expert in. So for instance, for me, advertising, cooking Cuban food, throwing awesome events in my home, planning, being productive, making sales in my sleep, playing with my little dog. All of those things seem like common sense to me. But ask me to edit a video and I'll burst into tears probably, because that is not common sense to me. Or ask me to sew a button or iron a shirt. Oh my goodness, I can't do that. Ask me anything else. Ask me to mop, ask me to braid your hair. But there are certain things that I just can't help you with. And you know what I do? I work with experts in that area. We're all made different with a purpose. And by working together is that we can truly move forward. Imagine if every single one of your body parts was an ear. How weird would you look? What if every single one of your body parts was your knee? How functional would that be? Not very good, really. But yet, when you have your ears, your nose, your mouth, you've got your legs, you've got an ability to taste, etc., working together, that amazing harmony gives you a great experience so that you can move forward and enjoy your life. Now think about what you consider to be common sense. And you are not putting it out there by not sharing it with the world. They're missing on a great part of an experience because they don't have access to it. So for me, I have found that instead of just saying, well, this is my common sense, and arguing with people and I'm an expert and feeling like I have to justify myself to others to prove I'm an expert, right? Have you ever done this? Maybe over delivering and burning out and then feeling resentful in the end because people just aren't appreciating what it is that you did for them. Or you end up like low-key arguing with someone, right? Because you're saying, don't you know who I am? I went to this school and I know this and I know that. And suddenly people, either way, they're turned off, right? They don't want to talk to you. Or worse, right? When you decide finally, I'm going to be an expert, you just want to do it for free because you feel like you just have to prove to the world that you're good at something. And ultimately, it kills your confidence, your energy. You feel like it's a total waste of time because maybe you've put a ton of money into it and you're not seeing anything out of it. That sucks, right? That's pretty frustrating, and that's certainly not a way to get into a thriving six-figure business. So how do you fill that gap? How do you go from common sense, from something you know, either from going to school for it? Yes, you don't need a certification to be an expert. Maybe you learn through your own personal experience. Maybe you've interviewed 100+ experts in the topic. And a simple example of that is the book Think and Grow Rich, right? You don't even have to be the expert. Just having access to the experts makes you someone that has a lot of value for others. Or perhaps you are in a situation where you can collaborate with other experts and collectively, wow, that can be a really powerful offering. So whether you become an expert, whether you're already an established expert, there are 4 things that you can do to go from common sense to having a thriving six-figure business, all right? So you want to make sure that you're taking notes, okay? Because while I think this is common sense, maybe other people don't. Why? Because every expert thinks it's common sense. Because common sense, it's just a little word we give to something that we have personally devalued, something that we have stopped being grateful for, that we just assume everyone has it. So instead today, honor yourself and stop calling it common sense, all right? Stop calling it common sense and start focusing on who it is that you can help. So that leads us into step 1. Just put yourself in the game. Tell people what you're good at. When people say, hey, what is it that you do? Be honest with them. Tell them what it is that you're really good at. Stop taking yourself out of the game waiting for you to get some title, some certification, waiting for you to maybe get published in a certain magazine. That's like saying, hey, if you give me fire, I'll give you wood. That's not how it works. You first have to be an expert, and then you're gonna get clients. I'm not gonna go to an aspiring doctor. I'm gonna go to someone who's actually a doctor, okay? I'm not gonna go to someone who maybe thought about going to medical school. I'm gonna go to someone who already has their expertise, right? I don't want somebody to help me with my weight loss journey because, well, they've considered being a health coach. I wanna go to someone who says, hey, look, I'm an expert, I'm confident in this area, and I have your back, okay? So write that down. You've gotta own being an expert. You've gotta put yourself in the game. But that alone isn't gonna do it, because then what's gonna happen? You're gonna wanna prove that you're an expert, and people are gonna feel that they're drinking out of a fire hydrant or out of Niagara Falls when you try to show them everything you know. It's too much, team, too much, okay? Instead, what you need to do is step 2. Create a signature offer. Do you have a step-by-step system to help somebody? Let's think of it of a really simple example. When I want to bake a recipe, bake a cake, cupcakes, muffins, whatever, I don't want to go to culinary school. I don't want to learn every single recipe Rachel Ray has, or I don't even know what other chefs there are. I don't want to know every single recipe everyone on the Food Network has. I just want the one recipe I need. That recipe tells me the ingredients I need, the steps I need to take, and how I can get from A to Z. That's all I need. So as an expert, do you have a recipe? A recipe that people can follow to get the results that you want, that they desire, the results that you want to offer? If you don't have that recipe, it's okay. Just write down so that you can make a note to create it. How can someone get the results that you got without making all the mistakes you made? And a little tip for that is to never go beyond 12 steps, okay? Never go beyond 12 steps. If you have like 100 steps or something, then maybe divide those different steps into phases. So you can say maybe phase 1, you do this, right? Kind of like school. First you go to elementary school, then you go to middle school, then you go to high school, then you go to college, right? You don't give a kindergartner a giant kit for life and say, these are all the books you need to be educated. No, right? You take people step by step. So at least the very first recipe of yours, don't let it go beyond 12 steps. And then have a result that goes with it. Hey, if you follow these steps, this is what you can accomplish. I can't tell you how many coaches have clients that are so disappointed in having worked with them, not because the coach was lazy, not because the coach wasn't an expert, because the coach did not have a signature system. And in trying to teach the clients everything, they taught them nothing. Can you imagine how scary and disappointing it can be, not to mention risky to your reputation in a world where online sometimes bad news spreads a lot faster than good news ever will? So it's very important that you hone in what it is that you can do and how you can monetize it, all right? So let's review very quick. First of all, get yourself back in the game. Enough already of playing small or struggling to truly charge your worth. Instead, put yourself out there and own it. I'm an expert. I know this. And when I say that, don't think that you have to be the ultimate expert. If you only know how to make, let's say, an extra $500 a week online, then tell people you know how to teach them how to make an extra $500 a week online. Don't go say that you coach 7-figure people. Owning your expertise and owning what it is that you bring to the table only works when you do it with integrity. So after you do that, create an awesome recipe to help people get results. You'll have happy clients. You'll know exactly how long people need to work with you, and you're gonna feel so much more fulfilled and less overwhelmed when you know exactly what it is that you have to bring to the table. Isn't that a simple start? Isn't that something that you could see yourself doing? Could you see already thinking back maybe to some previous not so great client experiences or your own? being overwhelmed in other situations, could you see how those simple tweaks would have truly helped propel you forward? I think so, right? So now let's talk about the final half of this process. Let's go into step 3. Step 3 is my favorite part, honestly. This is what I do every single day. This is what allows me to live in Miami Beach, travel the world. My husband and I spent the summer in Italy, in France. We went to Monaco. In a little bit, we're going to South Africa. And this is only possible because of step 3, okay? Step 3 is build digital assets to promote your signature system. That's right. We're living in the best time in history to be an entrepreneur. Why would you only trade time for money? Wouldn't it be great to have an awesome system in place that did the selling for you, that did all the talking for you, that followed up with people for you? It's like having a team of 1,000 people, except this is a system that works for you and that you can completely automate. Digital assets allow you to focus on your ideal clients, build your list, and share a ton of information. My personal goal with my digital assets is to leave people better than I found them. So even if they don't buy from me right away, then at least I know I've made them aware of solutions that they may either not have known about or they would have ignored otherwise because they didn't know how it could help them. Kind of like when maybe something hurts and somebody says, hey, put a little garlic on it. Unless an expert would have told you, would have never known garlic was gonna help you in that way, right? Now I totally made that up. Don't go rub garlic on yourself, okay? The idea is that sometimes very basic things can help you, but unless it's being brought to your awareness, how would you know to use it in that way? That's what you as an expert, as a coach, as an influencer, as an entrepreneur get to do with digital assets. Let it do the selling for you. Let it grow in a way so that you can have more success, help so many people around the world without even having to get on a plane to talk to them. So here's the exciting part. Step 4 is automate the promotion of those digital assets. That's right. Promote those digital assets while you sleep, while you're at the spa, or like me, while you're at the grocery store or traveling the world. The point is that promoting digital assets doesn't have to be something that now takes up your entire day and night and completely means that you can't have a life. There are so many people that need what you have to offer. Why limit them to your time zone? Why limit them to your city? Why limit them to your availability? So if I have a full day of coaching clients, that doesn't mean no one else can learn from me. That doesn't mean no one else can learn about how to work with me. It simply means that my business is growing while I'm working. So let's review very quickly, because this is the difference between you making sales in your sleep or not sleeping because you have no sales. So I say that to you because sometimes what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So let's review these 4 steps. Step 1, put yourself in the game. Claim your expertise once and for all. Step 2, you are going to have to make sure that you create a beautiful signature system so that you can then help people from A to Z achieve their results. Third, promote that signature system with digital assets so that your business can grow without you having to be there one-on-one. And fourth, automate the process. Let people around the world, no matter what time zone they're in, get better and better value every single day from you thanks to those systems. Are you ready to do that? Could you see yourself doing this in your business? I mean, wouldn't it make the world of a difference to go from one-on-one sales calls, tiring networking events, chasing down your next customer to instead having people coming to you consistently? Well, if that sounds good to you, let's work on that together. I'd like to invite you to learn a little bit more about my coaching incubator formula so that you, as a part of this program, can learn how to build your business in 12 easy steps. So by the end of 90 days, you have an awesome digital asset that makes sales in your sleep. I want you to get all the juicy details of, especially, get this, over $54,000 in value available to you, but you've got to click the button below for all the details. This is a phenomenal training program that I have created so that you can monetize now and theorize later. Get your idea out there into the world. Start making sales daily, and then if you want, you can go in and become a marketing expert. Gone are the days before you have to know everything before you do something. Let me be your GPS and guide you every step of the turn. I am so excited to share with you the very same information that led to my transformation. If you like these 4 steps I shared with you, let's work together so I can also show you how to implement them with confidence, without overwhelm, and with the best tools and resources so that you can get the most amazing results possible. So go ahead and click the button below. This is what you have to do next. Very easy, very simple. Click the button below, learn all about the coaching incubator, and apply to speak with me. It's a very quick form so that we can fast track getting to know each other. I'll go ahead, read through it, email you so that you can set an appointment with me at a time that works for both of us. You can pick a time on my calendar, and then you'll get a link to speak with me. It's so easy, it's very quick, and it'll allow us to talk through what it is that you want to accomplish. What expertise do you want to own? What signature system do you want to create? Do you really want to automate sales? Is that the best strategy for you? Are you the kind of person that wants to work smart? No judgment if you want to keep working hard, but if you want to work smart, I want to make sure. So, if you can totally see yourself having more confidence, building your list, helping people around the world, then go ahead, click the button below, fill out the brief form, and remember, until we speak next time, you can have it all. God bless.